Wow. Okay.
Lawlers, welcome back to another Beginner's Basics class. Today we're going to be covering off quick casting under the hotkeys section. So when you press escape on your keyboard here, you're going to see an option under the hotkeys menu for quick cast or normal cast. Quick casting lets you dodge out a lot of the slow, clunky parts of casting abilities and just clean your gameplay up massively. You can get damage out faster. It's a lot easier to use your abilities in the areas that you want to use them, I find. So we're going to talk about the normal cast first and work our way up to the quick cast so you guys can pick this up in a game and then feel much more comfortable quick casting all your abilities. So under normal cast, I see a lot of beginners do this, even with the normal cast. They take their cursor, they reach down to their hub here, they left click the ability they want to use, and then they find the target, and then they left click the target, and then they shoot the ability out. That's a lot of steps to use an ability. Whether it's a targeted ability like Misfortune's Q here, where you have to target a unit, or even if it's an area of effect ability like her E, a lot of beginners when they first get into the game left click the ability icon in their hub and then they left click the area that they want to use that ability. It will be the same with Misfortune's R. You can see I left click once on the icon. It brings up my R hitbox here, and then I can cast the R by left clicking again in the area I want to fire that ability. Really, really slow. Very bad to do because if you're in the middle of a fight here and you wanted to queue this minion or champion in the middle of a fight, you got to reach down, left click again, and then you can keep going about your way. Very, very slow, very clunky. You can't move your champion if you're taking your cursor all the way down here, left clicking, then all the way up here and left clicking again. You're going to be a sitting duck, okay? That would be the most novice way of casting your abilities. Once people get a little bit more comfortable with the game, they start to understand they can just click the respective key binding on their abilities to bring up that ability. So instead of left clicking the Q and then left clicking the target, you can just press Q on your keyboard and now left click the target. This would be the normal cast. If you were playing with normal cast, you click the short key on your keyboard for the corresponding ability, so Q right now, and then you left click your target. If I click E, then I left click where I want the E to go down. If I click R, then I left click where I want the R to go. This is faster than taking your cursor down and clicking on the icons, then re-clicking on the targets. But the fastest way to actually cast your abilities and the most fluid way to cast them is with quick cast. So we're going to press escape again. We're going to press quick cast all under the hotkeys menu, and we're going to click OK. What this is going to do now is we can just simply press the respective key binding once and the ability is going to fire. There is no additional left click needed now. So we're still chopping off about half of the time to cast an ability. Massive improvement, makes you play much faster, gets your damage out much faster. So here we're going to sample that again. Before, when I would click Q, I'd still have to left click on the target that I wanted to Q. Now, instead, we're going to just take our cursor and hover it over the unit that we want to Q and press Q. It just fires out instantly now. Okay, so you don't even have to use your left click anymore. You can just be fighting, running around, doing your thing, hover your cursor, press Q, and it's going to come out and hit them. It'll be the same with your area of effect. You could just be fighting, put your cursor where you want the E to go. Here, I'm going to put it right around in between the two of them, press E, and it starts to come down instantly. Okay, and then the same thing with your R. You're fighting, whichever area your cursor is in, that's where the R is going to go out. Just press R and it comes out instantly. Okay, now it's important to note if it's an area of effect ability, you can just press it and it's going to go wherever your cursor is. So you could miss very easily like this if you're not used to your abilities hitbox. You can miss your R very easily like this. And also, if you're getting used to this, you have to make sure before you click that hotkey, your cursor is in the direction that you want to use that ability. Okay, now with targeted abilities like Misfortune's Q, you're a little bit safer. It won't cast unless you actually have your cursor directly over the unit that you want to target, and it's going to glow a little bit red like that. That's when you know you can cast your targeted abilities. Okay, so if I don't have my cursor over that unit and it's not glowing, you can see I press Q, nothing happens. The unit's glowing, I press Q, now it goes through. Okay, but either way, targeted or non-targeted, This is the fastest way to use your abilities. That's why it's called Quickcast, okay? If you're out of range on one of your abilities in Quickcast, like Misfortune's E, you can see I'm out of range of these units. Even if you take your cursor and put it out of range of where it could cast and you press E, she's going to try and cast it as close as she can to that range, okay? So just make sure you kind of sample this out with different abilities, different champions like we're doing here in a practice tool. Get used to the range, how far your cursor can be before you have to press E or R or Q. All right, guys, but either way, I'm sure you're going to get the hang of this very, very quickly if you just try it out in a practice tool or in 1 or 2 games. Press Quick Cast All. It works great with all of your basic abilities, your ultimate. It works well with your item slots as well if you have any actives on your items. And it works great for wards too. Same like your abilities. You just hover your cursor where you want. My ward is tied to my 4 key, so I just press 4 where I want that ward to go down, and it goes down. Easy peasy. Okay, guys, so that's it for this class on quick casting. I'll catch you in the next one.